The Club World Cup. On paper, it sounds like one of the most exciting concepts in football. A tournament that brings together the very best clubs from every continent: Europe, South America, Africa, Asia, North America, and Oceania, to fight for the title of world champion. It's a beautiful idea, global, inclusive, a dream for fans from countries and clubs that often sit in the shadow of Europe's dominance. But somewhere along the way, FIFA took that dream and turned it into a soulless, overloaded, commercially bloated mess. And now, in 2025, with a 32-team expansion taking place in the United States, we're seeing the worst version yet. This is the story of how FIFA ruined the Club World Cup. Let's rewind to the start. In the year 2000, FIFA introduced the very first Club World Championship. Hosted in Brazil, it featured 8 teams from across the globe, including Real Madrid, Manchester United, Vasco da Gama, and Al Nassr. Yes, the same Al Nassr that Ronaldo now plays for. That first edition had promise. Corinthians, playing on home soil, won it in dramatic fashion. There was excitement, novelty, a genuine sense of curiosity around seeing clubs from different footballing cultures square off. But it didn't last. The next 4 editions were cancelled due to financial problems, logistical chaos, and, most importantly, a lack of interest from European powerhouses. It was an inauspicious start, and a sign of things to come. In 2005, FIFA gave it another go, this time merging the tournament with the long-running Intercontinental Cup. The format was streamlined. Europe and South America entered straight into the semi-finals, while champions from the other continents had to qualify through earlier rounds. It was a compromise, but it worked. For a while, we got some decent drama. Barcelona were pushed to extra time by Estudiantes in 2009. Manchester United had to grind out wins against less glamorous sides. And in 2012, Corinthians shocked Chelsea in the final, the last time a non-European team would win the tournament. There was still hope. It wasn't perfect, but at least it had a purpose: to give clubs outside Europe a chance to shine on a big stage. But from 2013 onwards, the balance shattered. The Club World Cup became completely one-sided. European champions showed up, played 2 matches, lifted the trophy, and flew home. Real Madrid won it 5 times. Bayern Munich and Barcelona both won twice. Liverpool and Chelsea got theirs too. No drama, no suspense, just a glorified exhibition match. It became so predictable that many European fans didn't even bother to watch it. In fact, some Champions League winners didn't celebrate the Club World Cup at all. For them, it was an afterthought, a minor trophy to tick off before pre-season. That growing apathy wasn't just from fans. Players and managers felt it too. Teams often fielded rotated squads. Some clubs sent fringe players for the early rounds. Travel was awkward. Scheduling was chaotic. And it didn't help that the tournament was usually crammed into December, disrupting already congested domestic calendars. The incentive to take it seriously just wasn't there. The prize money wasn't high enough to make clubs care. The prestige wasn't high enough to make fans tune in. It was, essentially, football's equivalent of a corporate obligation. Something you show up to because you have to, not because you want to. So, faced with a tournament that was floundering, what did FIFA do? Did they rework the format to make it more competitive? Did they improve the calendar or offer greater incentives? No. They did what FIFA always does when something loses relevance. They expanded it. In 2023, Gianni Infantino unveiled the new format. A 32-team Club World Cup, held every 4 years, with the first edition set for summer 2025 in the United States. It was bold, it was dramatic, and it was, in classic FIFA style, completely out of touch. Let's start with the basics. 32 teams from around the world. That includes 4 European sides, several from South America, and the champions of each continent. But beyond the first few teams, the Real Madrids and Manchester Cities, who exactly is this tournament for? Do fans in Europe really want to see Bayern versus Seattle Sounders? Did supporters in the US pack out stadiums in July to watch Al Ahly versus Urawa Diamonds? The answer is no. This is far from the World Cup. There's no national pride, no deep-rooted history, no built-in rivalries. Just clubs that most casual fans have never heard of. facing each other in unfamiliar stadiums under intense summer heat. And speaking of the heat, let's talk about scheduling. This tournament is taking place now in June and July, immediately after a full club season, and possibly after major international tournaments like the Euros or Copa America. Players are exhausted. Injuries will pile up. Clubs were reluctant to send their best squads. It's the worst possible time to introduce a brand new month-long competition, especially one that no one has been demanding. Managers like Klopp and Guardiola have already criticized the idea. Carlo Ancelotti even hinted that Real Madrid might boycott the competition altogether, although the club later backtracked. Still, that kind of reaction says a lot. There's also the issue of the calendar. Football is already overstretched. Players are playing more matches than ever before. New competitions like the UEFA Nations League, expanded Champions League formats, and more intense domestic schedules have pushed them to the brink. Adding another major tournament, in the summer, in the US, every 4 years, feels tone-deaf at best and exploitative at worst. It's not about improving the sport. It's about maximizing revenue streams, selling sponsorships, and entering the lucrative North American market ahead of the 2026 World Cup. Now let's look at the fan perspective. Online reaction to the expanded Club World Cup has been overwhelmingly negative. Social media is full of memes mocking the tournament, calling it pre-season cash grab, FIFA's summer circus, or the Conference League of the world stage. And you can't blame them. The prestige of the Club World Cup has never been high to begin with, and now FIFA wants to inflate it artificially by slapping on 32 teams, turning it into a commercial festival rather than a genuine football contest. It's legacy football without the legacy. But here's the most frustrating part. The Club World Cup could have been amazing. It could have been a tournament that gave African, Asian, and South American clubs a proper global stage. It could have been the one competition where Auckland City gets a shot at Barcelona, where Al Hilal pushes Real Madrid to the limit, where football's global reach is actually celebrated. Imagine a knockout tournament in a neutral country, with fair scheduling and real stakes. Something that felt like a mini World Cup, not a bloated exhibition. That was the potential. That was the dream. But instead, we get a tournament designed by executives, not fans. The Club World Cup should be the perfect representation of global football. It should be a tournament that celebrates the beauty of different playing styles, fan cultures, and underdog stories. But in FIFA's hands, it's become the opposite. An overly manufactured product with little meaning and zero urgency. A competition no one is truly excited for, jammed into a calendar that's already at breaking point. So here we are. In 2025, the new Club World Cup is happening right now in the United States. It features big clubs, lots of games, expensive tickets, and plenty of flashy promo videos. But don't be fooled. Beneath all the noise, it's a tournament that's lost its soul. What began as a celebration of champions has become a soulless spectacle, a victim of FIFA's obsession with size over substance. So, that's how FIFA ruined the Club World Cup.